What's up, everybody? We are back. I'm JD.
Rockman in that building.
This is Out of the Game. Been away for a minute. Been busy. The summer's been real hectic for us, but we back now. So we got some quick reviews we want to do for y'all. And then we're gonna, give you a brief preview of what E3 was all about. Of course, that happened last week. A lot of highlights from that, so we want to get into that. So you ready to do this, Rob?
I'm ready to do this.
All right, so first and foremost, man, we had Watchdogs drop. Well, what was that, about 2 weeks, week and a half ago?
May 27th.
May 27th, Watchdogs drop. Now, first thing, looks excellent. The game looks fantastic.
You're in Chicago.
You're in Chicago, and they dropped the entire city because it's sprawling. It's out in the open. It's everywhere, and they've got the detail. They got the streets. I think I was telling Rock the other day. I think I may have saw Wrigley Stadium.
Yeah,
I think I may have seen where the Cubs play.
Oh,
so the bridges, the docks, and all that stuff, they got it in there. And it's an open world. It's plenty for you to explore. So some of the good things about the game, other than the visuals, to me, the mechanics. I like the motion of it. I like how responsive the controls are. I will say this though, the driving is a bit choppy.
Especially the fixer missions.
Yeah. Now we'll get into that. Okay.
Yeah.
So look, the motorcycle was probably the best vehicle to travel on. Okay, like some of the cars are good. Of course, if you need speed and you need power, you go with the muscle cars. But the motorcycle is probably the best because it's quick.
Handling,
right. It's agile. You can bob and weave in and out of traffic. It's excellent. I think the thing I like the most about the game, Rock, is the fact that before I even get into the campaign, I've got hours of gameplay. I can do, fixer missions. I can do, gang hideouts. I can do criminal convoy.
Spider tank or the scorpion tank.
Right. One of the mini games you're talking about. So
acid trip, man.
I put in
digital trips.
Right, digital trips. Right. Cash runs. I got a little problem with cash runs.
No cash.
So yeah, you don't get any cash from it. So I put in hours of gameplay without even really getting into the campaign. What that allowed me to do was it allowed me to get my skill points up. Wow. So when I finally did get into the campaign, I was able to use those points.
Kudos to Ubisoft for doing the skill tree thing.
Yeah.
That was the best thing they could do.
Right. Skill tree was dynamic. It was fantastic. So a lot of people are asking, what's the difference between this and Grand Theft Auto? What would you tell them, Rob?
Well, the biggest thing is, number one, that it's an actual open world game. It's not like a sandbox game.
Right.
A lot of people don't know the difference between sandbox and open world. Open world suggests that the world is very realistic, true to a city setup, whereas sandbox is like, hey, here's a sandbox, do whatever you want, and there's tools at your destruction. Which you can also kind of get that feel from Watchdogs, but because it's not exactly like that, it brings a more serious atmosphere to it.
Right.
It doesn't just give you that atmosphere where, like, when you pick it up and play it, they're like, oh, I can do whatever I want.
Right.
Jack this motorcycle.
Right.
No, you actually have purpose in the game.
Right.
And I think that's what sets it aside from Grand Theft Auto, as well as the fact that, like, now you don't have to just go out and cause mayhem and have fun. You can go do the mission and have fun. You can go do other missions and have fun. And on top of that, a lot of the things that you do are under scrutiny. Like, for example, the whole reputation meter.
Right.
Even if you accidentally kill someone while you're driving, your reputation goes down.
Right.
If you rob a bank or rob a pawn shop, your reputation goes down. They become more afraid of you. It's more realistic.
Right. And of course, I'm not planning to rob everything. I'm actually, I'm one of the good guys. I'm not one of these guys that's gonna heist the clothing store and the gun store.
I'm neutral. You know what I'm saying? If I need that,
because you're a vigilante and you're trying to, without giving too much away, you had a death in the family, and it comes as a result of you doing his job. So let me get back to the hacking part of it, because there's been a lot of issues about the hacking. I love the hacking part, especially getting money from the ATMs.
Very intuitive.
It's very easy to do. I was concerned about that coming in. Your reticle scans over a person, and if you upgrade, again, your skills tree, if you upgrade your hacking high enough, then your reticle will actually show you who's the high value person. Like if this person is a banker or if he's got a lot in his account, or if he can benefit you in some way, it'll change, like it'll turn blue. Exactly. So that part of it was good. Now the bad, the crimes that happen. Okay, in a realistic world, and I know this is a game, but in a realistic world, I'm not gonna know when crimes happen. But in Watchdogs, I do. So when I know when crimes happen, I go and I find this person. I'm either gotta stake out the victim, or I got to stake out the perpetrator. Now,
There's too much fluctuation.
there's a lot of fluctuation in there because you're sitting and you're waiting on this interaction, and by the time it gets to 90%, you know, then it tells you to act. And by the time you act, that person may have gotten shot, they may have gotten stabbed, and then you're chasing this guy down for, I'll chase the guy for 3 blocks. And that's just, I don't want to chase nobody for 3 blocks. After a while, I just start shooting them.
And I think if they would have just given you the option to just go ahead and terminate the guy
Right.
that kind of would alleviate. I mean, I understand the thrill of the chase, but sometimes it can just get nerve-wracking because, you know, they can even get into cars. And
Right. They can, yeah. So that and the criminal convoys, I think this game got a little bit too obsessed with taking people down.
And not in a favorable way.
Not in a favorable way. So you got this criminal convoy element. That's one of the extra missions or one of the side missions. And you're waiting on this criminal convoy to come in. Now, you can eliminate everybody in the convoy, but in a lot of them, you have to take the primary target down. And by takedown, I mean like tackle them. So the odds of you getting to that person on the first attempt are very, very low. Usually it takes me about 3 or 4 attempts to get to this person, because when you attack them and the backup shows up, it'd have been a lot quicker just to be able to eliminate, and by eliminate I mean kill. I mean, if it is a criminal,
without suffering the reputation.
Right. So that part of it was weak. I think the mini games, I think they're okay, but again, if you're gonna put a mini game in there, let's have it be beneficial towards the actual gameplay. Like I was telling my man Rock, the cash grab, I did like 3 or 4 cash grabs, and I didn't get any more cash. And then he informed me it's just for leaderboard stuff.
Yeah. So.
And that's not. I mean, hey, do what you want. It's your game. But the mini games, I like it when my mini games benefit me in my main campaign. That's what I like. So overall, I give it about 7.5, 8.
See, he does numbers. I don't do numbers. I just say this. I think it's an awesome game, and if you want a good open world game, definitely go play this game. I highly recommend it to people if you want something new and you actually want to play as a hacker. I joke with friends online. I've told everybody they kind of seems like a more realistic Laughing Man from the Ghost in the Shell series set in a Long Complex. Love that show. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. I say go play it. Don't take my word for it. Play it for yourself. See what you